After studying a lot of different genres in music, traveling all over the world and creating music all over the world, she has come to Eurovision for Greece. Marina Satti, how are you doing?
Hello everyone. I'm good. It's a very nice and interesting experience, actually.
What is so interesting about it for you?
Uh, everything in the beginning when I decided to do this project with Eurovision felt very big and scary and intimidating. But throughout the whole process, like the past 6 months, it hasn't been. To the contrary, it has been very fun, very creative. I've learned so many things. I feel that for the first time in my life, I have achieved so many things in such a small period of time. I was always, every time I had to take a decision, I had to like think and think again and sleep with it. And now we didn't have the time with so many deadlines that were there. So I just learned that the first instinct is the correct one. And also these 2 weeks here feels familiar. It reminds me of all these festivals when we travel around and we stay with the bands in the same hotel and we talk and then we play music. I don't feel like this competition at all. To the contrary, like we hang out with the singers and the bands from all the countries. We talk. It's very, I don't know. I think it's what music is supposed to be like, right? And for to share, to communicate, to learn, to have fun, to sing for the others, and to listen the others singing and performing. So I'm very, very glad that I'm doing this actually.
I can imagine. And of course, you have studied opera, jazz, all these different styles. Has that helped when you were creating the song and creating the performance and everything, knowing of these different musical styles?
Look, I think and I believe that everything. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Like your energy is so sweet. Anyway, I was saying that everything you do or you see or you learn in your life makes you who you are. It's impossible to not have this and carry this with you. So for me, yes, as you said, I started studying classical music when I was 5, piano actually, and then I was doing choir, theory, harmony, counterpoint. Then I took my degree in like classical singing. I wanted to be an opera singer. Uh, but then I studied jazz. Actually, I went to it was a EBU project also, a European jazz youth orchestra, like a big band. And there were two singers, me and another singer from Rotterdam,
Oh, nice.
Maaike Den Doonen.
Oh, we're gonna go find out.
Amazing jazz singer, amazing at improvising and scatting. Oh my god! And this experience in the jazz band, it was the first time that I came together with people from other countries, musicians. The first time, like I left Greece to do something, related to music, and that was what inspired me. And I got the scholarship from Berkeley College in America, and I went there to study. And then that was a dream, like multicultural environment, friends from all over the world, playing music all day, sharing, having people that have the same passion and craziness with you 24/7, like for 3 years. So this influenced me a lot. And, when I finished the university at some point, it was the crisis in Greece. Also, I guess like a personal crisis. It was the age where I was like, who the fuck am I? Wait, was that bad? Is it? Since it's okay. Who am I? Uh, you know, who am I really? I've done and I've tried so many things. I studied architecture, I forgot to tell you, and theater. So I was like, I have to put all these things down and try to make sense out of it. My dad is from Sudan, but I grew up in Greece, and like I had like so many different images and sounds, and so that's how basically my personal musical journey started from this effort, and not effort, but like I was trying this pursuit of my personal identity. So I started making my songs without like having in my mind that I'm gonna be a singer or like I'm gonna do it professionally. Just I needed it as my, like, you know, how you go and you have your diary and you write and you realize things for yourself, just like that. And then things started escalating, and you know, like some videos and some songs of mine going viral, and I felt this like pressure and expectation that I had to become a singer, and this kind of like blocked me and scared me for some years. So, like, I released my second song in 2017, and then the next song was like 2021.
Sometimes you need to take your time.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, listen, if that's what I'm gonna do, if that's meant to be, it doesn't matter, you know, to do what people were telling me. Now you have this success, you have to hold on from this, don't lose it. And I'm like, if you have something to say, you know, people are going to connect to it. It doesn't matter, you know, to get into this craziness of the music industry and the speed that you have every month to release something. This I never managed to do. I was like, every time I have something to say, and I would like to make also something complete, like a complete album, which I actually managed to release in 2022. It was called Jena, the album, which is a birth. That's how it translates, which is actually what it was for me. Going through all these new things and trying to bring something new, like a baby from inside of me, my project, you know. So after this, I felt much more like ready and strong, and I learned I wasn't that scared anymore. I was scared. I used to be scared of everything, actually.
This must feel like a big reward that you're now taking decisions straight from the gut instead of doubting yourself and finding yourself. You found yourself, and therefore everything in this project and this Eurovision song is that growth of that whole project. That's nice.
100%. And also, you know, I just grew, like, my confidence, this fear that I had about, you know, this exposure that was very new for me, releasing songs and then people knowing you, saying things about you, liking it, not liking it. Everything I heard was like influenced me and hurting me a lot. I don't know. But I feel that, you know, I grew and I became more strong and more solid through this process. And actually, it helped me be more, how can I say, sure and concentrated about who I am, what I like, what I want to say. Some people are going to like, great. Some people are not going to like, great also. And basically through the music and through the videos and through the projects, is just like a chance to connect with the people that match with you, with your vibe, with your energy, your beliefs, your aesthetic, what you stand for. For me, don't think I'm crazy, but for me, everything you do, and especially if you're like a creator, is who you are, is a result of who you are. So the reward is definitely that if people connect to what you do, it's like they connect to you and your thoughts and your beliefs. So that for me is like the gift.
And what I also feel from you when we've looked at your work and we look at the music video that you've created, and we've also seen the rehearsal video now of you on stage. There's an element of play. You're playing with stereotypes in your music video. You're playing with the audience and the people at home and the camera very much. And that you also feel very playful in that sense. Was that deliberate to put that in every aspect of ZARI in what we see?
Look, it's definitely something that I have in mind every time I'm making something, that I want it to feel real and authentic, and I want it to be like from person, like from human to human. Many times it's hard because, you know, when you like fix your hair, fix your makeup, wear your clothes, do like polished music videos, sometimes it's easy to lose this more like personal thing. So I really wanted for the music video, but also for the song and also for the act, to have things that are like more authentic to the Greek life that I've lived. Going to feasts, going to celebrations, going to like Sunday gatherings with the family, having music, or to weddings, having music, dancing, singing, eating. So I wanted this vibe in the song and in the act. But also, like, we're modern people, Europeans, 2024. We grew up with MTV, YouTube, the internet, fashion. So also that is part of who I am, but also part of who most of the people in my generation are in Greece. So I don't know if you know, but our act on stage is gonna be like a one shot. So
It's constant. It's constant eye contact with the people at home.
exactly, which is it is tricky because basically you can't hide. But that's for me what is the I don't know what at least moves me, that you don't hide. Everything happens in front of the eyes of the people. There's no time not to rest, but they follow you through this journey metaphorically but also literally. They see you, you're seen. And there's some sort of like transparency and honesty that I really like in this idea and concept. We don't have props, we don't have like set design, we don't have anything. It's just like us walking our path, and being seen. So I don't know, I really like this idea.
Yeah, we liked what we saw as well, and we
Oh, come
also.
on, look.
No, I really liked it. It was like it's really what we took from it because we saw it yesterday and we discussed it on the podcast. Was really it really is an intense. You're connecting at home, and it really is just that transparency of this is happening now. And it feels sometimes like it's not even thought about, that it's very natural and happening at that moment. So I think that's really a positive thing.
Me, to be honest, I want to be honest. I think that, well, it was a rehearsal. It's not the show, and that's what our rehearsals are for. We had some things to fix, also based on yesterday. I had some like slippering with the shoes, but again, that's it. That's what it was, and people can even see these things, like either the difficulties or like the accidents that could happen. That's part of the concept. And also, I don't know if you noticed, like the other side, like the cameraman and the camera is part of the actual choreography. So it's not like the whole thing on stage is basically like a live performance with a live cam. It's exactly, it's a duet. So like it's interesting because every single take of the 3 rehearsals that we did yesterday were different, because also the other partner is human. So it's tricky, but for me it's also magic.
And there is one key element missing still, that magical audience next week.
Yes, you're right.
How are you preparing for the energy of everyone in there? Because I'm a DJ as well in Amsterdam. I've played your song to people who are not Eurovision fans, and they immediately on a dance floor, they connect to it. So that's what happens when you're a song player. So that will happen when you get to that jury show.
Okay.
Are you kind of ready for that wall of energy to be added to the performance of ZARI?
Actually, you're right. I hadn't. This whole performance is made for the camera. So I don't know how actually this is it's definitely gonna change our energy, like having and feeling the people around us.
Because we'll also see them always in the background, of course.
Well, I'm happy that you said that they like the song because, it's a song that is in Greek language, a language that is people are not so familiar with. So for me, it's like, I feel even more like honored and proud that people can connect and dance to despite the language barrier, which for me is not a barrier. Like if you listen to the beat and it's like badass and you want to dance, and the zurna, like the traditional instrument that is, that's all it needs. I don't know.
2 final questions before I let you go. The first one is that we do a lot of different podcasts. We do a lot of cultural stuff. And of course, you have also done a lot of stuff with opera. How important do you find opera to be accessible for young people? And why should young people go and see more opera?
I mean, look, I haven't done it since I was like 21 when I when I finished my studies. But me, I watch like theatrical plays and operas. I mean, look, some people say that opera is something like old fashioned, something from the old times, that it's something that is more like, how can I say, υπερβατικό, almost metaphysical. I don't know the word in English, but almost the size of it, the orchestra, it's not something like casual, small, and realistic. It's almost like, I don't know if you've seen like ancient tragedies, especially if you go to Greece, in Greek theaters, like ancient theaters, there's like a very big size, almost like godlike, you know? So for me, like, to be able to see plays or like opera, or like feel this size of the orchestra and the music and the how can I say, like the vibrations, is something that is definitely, you know, it doesn't have to do with 2024, 2000, 1950s. It's something, it's like an experience. So for sure, it's not something still relevant in my opinion.
Final question. We are going to be in the audience for a couple of the shows standing. So I need some tips because I have it. And of course, you will also have it in the performance. But what is the trick to doing it perfectly with, like, is it the elbow? How do you make that move perfectly? Because we're going to be in the audience because we need to help everyone train it.
First of all, this is like a silk scarf that we made. It's from the shoot of the music video that we did in Acropolis. And it's because it's a little bit big, I think it's really hard to do like this. So this size of scarf, I would hold it from the middle, and you go, and if you want to like hold your other hand like this, that we usually do in the islands.
So it's mostly in the wrist.
Yes.
It's not so much in the elbow.
No, it's just in the wrist, and you spin it, and you can do turns with your body or any like footwork that we have.
So we'll definitely be doing that in the audience, cheering you on for Greece when you're bringing all that energy to that stage. And we wish you so much joy, so much happiness. And we can't wait to shake our booty.
Yes,
Let's
me
go do
too, actually. Thank you very, very much.
Marina, thank you so much.
Thank you.